Hi, it's Bernie Slavin here. Thanks for joining me on YouTube and Facebook Live. And thanks as always to the sponsors, Smith & Friends, Estate Agents, GRS Insulation, Advanced Utility Solutions, Cornerstone, Dovecot, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Heroes and Legends, Galaxy Blinds and TGM Cars. The team today, we went into the game today playing our Coventry side who have been beaten 6 league games out of 12. So not in a good vein of form. We went in there as favourites after last week's performance despite letting a couple of late goals and one a howler for the Eng. So we're getting confident today. Some of the fans to me were predicting going to be 3-4-0 to Middlesbrough. Well, the team that started today, if you don't know, was Deng in goal, Borges on the left, Allen was back on the right hand side, Dick Steele was on the bench, Edmondson and Clark came in because Van der Berg was injured, McGree on the left, Morris and Hackney Central, and on the right was Jones, Doak, despite coming off or running off, jogging off last Saturday, who had a brilliant game. I was surprised he got taken off. He didn't even make the bench, so we can only presume that he's got a strain or an injury. And Azaz and Conway were the Borough front two. On the bench was Belazer, Fry, Lath, Berzog, Dick Steelhausen, Hamilton and McCormack. That was his side. We went into today's game, as I say, confident, and I was confident, but I'm still thinking, hold on a minute, a lot of people are still saying these are a bogey team. And a couple of weeks ago, Bristol came in, people were saying they're the bogey team, and I'm thinking, what a load of old codswallop. But Bristol turned us over 2-0. Well, today, I'll be honest, the first 20 minutes before Hackney gets sent off for a double yellow, rightly or wrongly, we'll talk about that in a minute, they for me were the better team. They were passing it better, they were making cross-field passes, we were still messing about the back in the wrong areas. Hackney then gets sent off. First yellow, he deserved it. I've seen it clear as day. The second one, I don't know. I'd only be lying and bluffing. I've no time to watch it again. I know you can get it on YouTube and that. I will watch it later and give my thorough opinion on Monday. But he gets sent off, 20 minutes. Then they keep going. And when it comes the end of the game, we've conceded 6 in total. 3 disallowed. They had 2, 3 1-on-1s. Now we're a man down, not 3 or 4 men down, 1 man. I've seen 10 men beating 11, but we just capitulated. No leaders, no drive, still trying to fanny about in the wrong areas, mess about in the wrong areas. We did it late on, Howson get caught, Clarky get caught twice. It was just so frustrating. Man sent off, changes the game. Of course it does. I mean, Azaz get taken off, and it was obviously a tactical reason. And then came Howson. I thought Howson done well, but the other substitutes came on, whether it's Berzog or Jones or Latty Laugh, again, like last Saturday, didn't make an impression. So for me, we were lucky to get off the hook and only lose 3. Don't forget, this is an average team. Don't let's mess about and kid yourself. If you're blinkered, might as well click off now because you're seeing, well, you're kidding yourself on. You're deluded. We got what we deserved today. From the start, we were second best. That was the first 20 minutes. They passed the ball better. They switched from left to right, right to left. They played better football. We had a couple of half chances, but never really troubled their goalkeeper. As I say, they scored 6. 3 offside. I could never tell the offside rule when I played, so I can't tell it now. Where I'm sitting, I don't know if they were offside or not. But the Hackney thing, if he's on a booking, don't even risk it. Use a bit of nous, don't even go in. As I say, I don't know if it's the right or wrong decision, but these things happen. We've seen players getting sent off against Borough and we all love it. When it goes the other way, we don't love it, I get that. But today was a bad day. Yeah, so you have your say, I've had mine. We'll read the text if we get time. Talk to you guys, it was at the game. So let's track back. I'll track back. Matt Wetter says, we lost 0-3 to 6 from bottom, and let's not forget, they also had 3 goals disallowed, just not good enough. Well, I've mentioned that, Mark. No, let's not kid ourselves. We've got a man down, right. It's not the end of the world. It's not dead and buried. We've still got a chance. It's going to be tougher. Players have to work harder. There has to be more leaders stand up and be counted. But instead of that, we went into a shell. With a 15-minute push in the second half where we looked, hey, we might get a goal here. But then the wheels come off and cannot defend indefensible. And the thing is, the only thing we're consistent is being inconsistent. That's my quote for the day. We're consistent being inconsistent. That's now, what, 13 games, 5 wins, 5 defeats, 3 draws. That's inconsistency. And every week we've got a different story. Last week it was the penalty miss it cost us. I still don't buy into that. There was a few things that played into that, why we get done last week, or drew last week. And then this week, referee. If the referee was bad, what does that say about us? And by the way, the referee probably wasn't good, but what about the players? What about us as a team? At home? Also, I'm mystified why Hackney's second yellow, as he clearly won the ball. He couldn't put his foot back. He couldn't pull his foot out back. Let's see, I'm going to read it to you. He followed through Hackney's foot. If Hackney was second yellow, then I don't know why Howson didn't get booked for his first challenge 2 minutes later, because it was a carbon copy of Hackney's foul and didn't even a free kick. He just waved play on. The ref was inconsistent throughout the game. But so were we. Blame the ref all you want. Evening, Bernie. What a mess this team is. That's the Borough fan, and Darren Smith says, hi Bernie, no chance of promotion this season. Look, I always say 14 games. We get a rough idea where we're going. Well, we're 13 games in. We're still only a couple of points off top 6, but we're still only a few away from bottom 6. And we're now, is it 10 or 11 points behind Sunderland? They drew today, didn't they? I was that caught up in my own issues and team rather than focusing others. Frustrating afternoon. If you're not frustrated, you must be on some coolant, because... Hello Bernard, this is Andrew Smith. I've said this before and I'll say it again. You cannot defend the indefensible. I've used that quote. The only thing we are good at is being inconsistent. Andrew, I've just said that, and I've not even said, I've just come up with your thresh, so you're thinking the same as me. That is a worry for you. I've seen many Borough fans calling for Carrick's head, but who realistically could do better and who could take the job on? I think the next 2 games of the season is defining. If we don't win them, so that's obviously QPR, is that Tuesday or Wednesday? This week, midweek, and then we've got Luton next Saturday. I would have to question Carrick's future at the club. Let's get Mugger back. Somebody says that to me today. How many passes around the penalty area? Well, I'm not going to say outright. I would say if it was purely me, but there was a former player who I know who was talking to today, and I says this fanning about the back, and his words to me were, me and you played in a different era. That's the way, we're good at it. I thoroughly enjoy it. And I says, you're kidding yourselves on. And he says, no, I do enjoy it. Why find it boring? And especially when we're 3-0 down and Clarkie's fanning about 25 yards for his own goal central, gets caught and the guy goes through 1-on-1 and misses it. Then Howson gets caught in possession. Through again. Another chance goes a begging. I mean, if all their goals would have stood in chances taken, they'd have been about 8-1. And this is a team who's nowhere to be seen. You're dead right, Bernie. As I say, I'm giving my opinion. You don't need to agree with me. Come on and tell me I'm wrong. But if you've seen a different game, I really think you must have been intoxicated, because I don't touch the ale or anything like that. I go with clarity and I see what I see. And I only say what I see. I don't say it to get a response. I don't say it to wind people up. I don't say it because I like saying it. I only say what I see, and what I see at the minute. The messing about the back when you're 3-0 down, it's a joke. It's a joke. And then we hoof it. And I tell you why we don't ping it forward. Because we can't pass the ball forward. We're programmed in. Pass, pass, pass. Side, side, side. Pass, pass, pass. We missed Stoke. Of course we missed Stoke. Where was he? Taken off last week. Jogged off. Injured. Where's he injured? Training. Van der Berg. Injured. Where did he get injured? Training. I don't know. What's the problem? Don't know. Shambles from first minute. Never looked like getting anything from this game. Bernie, Coventry deserved the win. Timmy Leach. Timmy, I like a bit of honesty. We're Borough fans. We want the best for Borough. Last week, despite only getting a point where we deserved all 3, we were brilliant. Going forward, great. Can't praise them highly enough. I still think we could have defended better and put the brakes on and put all the experience on, but we didn't. And today, we lose a goal just before half time. So we go man down 20 minutes. We're trying to get in there to half time to have a chat, whatever. We lose a goal. Ball comes in for the right, bang, header. Free header, 6 yards out. Keep us stranded. Defenders don't do their job, it's a goal. And that was it. But then they just, as I say, second half, we had a 15-minute period. We looked as if we could get a goal back. And then We were just blown to smithereens. Hackney's a liability, Mark. What do you tell you, Mark? Hackney's a liability, 3 mistakes, then 2 bad tackles, 2 yellows. He needs a bit of time out. So Mark's saying, well, he said I've got a Hackney liability, and he's saying that 2 bad tackles. So Mark's a Borough fan. There was a Borough fan passed me in the lounge today. Some are saying, outrageous, never been sent off. And one guy says, Bernie, I don't get what you say, and I'm a Borough fan. 2 yellow cards. Second one, he went through him. Was it his momentum? I don't know. I'm being honest, I can't judge. I don't know. I'll watch it and I'll report Monday what I think on my Total BS podcast. This week it's Terry Bywater, the Paralympian serial medal winner for Great Britain. That's part 1 will be on Monday on Total BS podcast. And the BBC had a few mentions of you being a striker coach. I'd vote for that. The BBC for me? Wow. Striking coach. We could have strike matches. Scott 94, I'm furious all the way back, messing about at the back week after week, Dan Smith. I get the trying to play at the back, and I get we're trying to play around players. Sometimes it comes off. A lot of times it doesn't. It just gives us kittens. But I do not see, I was saying to the same person today, when we get the ball, whether it's Ayling or on the left side, Borges, open out, play it up the flank, miss the midfielder out, play it right up there, let one of the strikers peel out, use the pace and get behind it. We don't do that. We don't play that pass. I don't know why. They done it today. And they were switching diagonal balls, 50, 60 yard balls, accurate balls, getting in behind us time after time. No joking from me today, Bernard. This is Kev Naylor, who's always in a wee go about just said. What I usually do about just said. It was disgraceful. No plan B. Ridiculous use of substitutions. Again, we're coming back into the game before they were made. Sick of it now. A change must come. Wow, 14 out of the last 15 seasons outside the top flight. Unacceptable. Kev, I know you must be peeved off if you mentioned just said, but not in a joking way. And I do like it, Rudy just said. Every week things go wrong. Kev comes on and winds me up, Rudy just said. He couldn't trap a bag of blue circle cement, big just said. £6 million, dear me. Anyway, so you're saying a change. Look, I say 14 games, you get a rough idea. At the minute, we're no better or worse than the majority of teams in the Championship. Anybody can beat anybody, but we are dysfunctional to the degree and inconsistent being, we're consistent with being inconsistent. And why? Because if you look at the track record, 13 games, 5 wins, 5 losses, 3 draws. That's inconsistent. Sunderland's 11 points above us. Sunderland! I mean, if we won a day, we close that gap right away. I mean, we need to... I said, I don't know why I'm using them as a yardstick. I don't think they'll be up there. Well, they might blow up. Carrick seemed very positive about the game afterwards. Martin Smith, smiley face. Look, when you watch I don't watch television in the main. I don't listen to interviews of players or managers anymore or coaches because it's propaganda. They'll say things in the dressing room they won't say in front of the TV. I've been there. No me. I've said my bit. I used to get in trouble doing when I was a player for whether it's a Gazette or Time Tees or local channels. I'd be fuming. Whether it was my fault or the team's fault, I'd be fuming and having a go at us and me. And they would go, or the manager, and they would say, are you sure you want to put that in? And I'd say, yeah, put it in. Then I used to get dragged in the Monday. But that was me. I'm a passionate guy. I'm an honest guy. It's about football we're talking here. If you're bad, you're bad. Why we try to sugarcoat it? 6 goals have scored. 6! At the Riverside. 3 thankfully been disallowed. 3 stood, and they should have scored another 3 or 4. They had 2 1-on-1s blatant. I think I could have put them in now. Guys running through in Dieng, places it by the left-hand post. Another guy gets through by the right-hand post. No passion or leadership. Buzz what? Bob Bonovich or whatever. I'll call you Buzz. Buzz, I says that after the game. No leadership. We need somebody. They score a goal for half-time. Go to second half, say, right, come on. And you, come on, track, kick. We never laid a glove on them. Did you see any naughty challenges? I never. Seen a wee scummish second half, but leadership, responsibility. Listen, we need a goal. Let's start having pots at goal. You, get your act together. I was going to say something else there. We are awful watching, clueless. Tippy-tappy gets you no results. But as I say, I spoke to a player today, former player, and he says it's our era, and I says, no, it's not. You're being kidded. But he was adamant, he enjoys it. I don't enjoy it. Do you enjoy it? Well, obviously you don't, Buzz. I don't enjoy it. I enjoy tippy-tappy if we're winning 3-0. Keep the ball, keep retention of the ball, that's fine, kill the game off. They did it. They kept the game off a day, messing about with the ball, saying we're 3-0 up, we did the business. And don't come out with the excuse. You can't have an excuse every week. Oh, this week it's a sending off. Last week it was a penalty miss. There's more than that. Delve into it. There's more than that. So much for the red at the Riverside. Absolute shambles. This would be David Longstaff. Resting Doak was a feckin', with an E in it, joke. I reckon it was some sports scientist in Carrick's ear to rest him absolute joke. Well, David, I honestly, if you're 80, I says this to the guy today, I don't want to name him because there's a conversation there, I don't want to. If it's for me, I'll tell you what I think in my opinion, but I'm not saying something. This other guy says that Doak had more or less shot his boat last week, he was knackered. I says, 18-year-old, and he's blew a gasket. 18. He's played about 5 games for Borough, 2 for Scotland. So in a new season, only 13 games in, he's blew a gasket, age 18. Well, if that's the case, he's no chance of longevity in the game of football. You can't blow up at 18, surely to God. It might be the sports scientist saying, if he's back midweek, the odds are he's probably been advised to have a rest. But Carrick doesn't need to listen. He can listen to advice for the scientists. But it's all hypothetical. We don't know if it's true or not. But so much for the red. Yeah, so there's a couple of these things here, text or whatever, but I'm going to say it. So what did I think? I'll be honest, hand to God. Up until yesterday, I did not know anything about Borough changing strips. Didn't know anything about it. Swear to God. What do you think of it? By all accounts, it was down to no knife crime. Right, I'm totally behind that. Of course I don't want knife crime. I'm not against anybody or anything. But when you're told or made to wear this, do that, wave this, can I wave that, wear this, I'm not a fan of that. Middlesbrough Football Club playing red. I don't know whose idea, I've never looked into it because it didn't really bother me. Of course I support no knife crime. I wouldn't hurt a fly. I'd let a fly get out the window. But changing your strip, do you really think that's going to have a difference in society? Do you really think that? Do you believe that? That making the players change a strip? I'm sure if you ask the players, I bet you today there was a bit of mismasking in their heads thinking, wait, I looked, when I came into the stadium, when the game was starting, I looked at the black strips of Coventry, I didn't know it was coming, and the white strips of Middlesbrough. I couldn't see the numbers of the Middlesbrough players. If I was a journalist, I'd be peeved off thinking, well, why have you not put a black number on the back so we can see what number you are? I had the guy next to me who was there watching Doak, and Doak wasn't playing. He was obviously switched to Conway, I would think. But he's a scout for Scotland. And he's doing assessments. And he said, I can't see the numbers. I couldn't see the numbers, not with my eyes. So I think support things. But in football, when you're told to wear this round here or kneel or wave the flag that somebody chooses, I'm not a fan of that. I'm sorry. I support everything, every charity and everything out there. I'll support it my own way. But if I was told to wear a white strip a day, I'd have been majorly disappointed in that. I would have been, I'm being honest. And the red faction, no red. It's like a sheep-like cult. We want the best for society. The news trail it every day. Well, so I'm told. I don't watch the news. Papers travel every day. Knife crime. I get it. It's wrong. The thugs put in jail. Don't see again. Put them down the River Tees. Lead weight. Get rid of them. But making your team our team and coaxing the fans into nowhere red, I don't get it. Do you think that's going to stop somebody from pulling out a knife? If they're that way inclined, on drugs or whatever. No. Yeah, we need to try, but the papers are doing it every day week. The newsreels seemingly doing it every week, and now we're brought into Middlesbrough Stadium today. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I support everything, but I don't support when you start changing your strips. Our strips, Middlesbrough strips, to white when you're playing red and white. Don't get it. I don't know whose idea it was. Educate me. Maybe you'll tell me something I think, do you know what? It's a great idea. That was a great idea. No. Start searching people in the streets. If you've got an idea, put away. See you later, mate. But the people getting put away for a tweet on these days. Anyway, we're trying to diversify. I think people are trying to get me wound up, get away from the game. Carrick subs again. Same as last week. No passion, totally toothless performance. Rob Ems. Can I disagree, Rob? I don't think anybody can disagree tonight, or can they? Guys from Hong Kong, they're here for 3 games, have got a flight home already. So these are guys, this is Scott. He says, guys from Hong Kong that are here for 3 games have got a flight home already. You're joking. So it was 2 guys today. I was going in the stadium today. I was early, well, 12 o'clock we get there. And there was a couple of guys came over. Bernie spoke good English, better English than me. With you Hong Kong, can you have a picture? I said, I want a picture with yous. The big, I'll post it later. Big Hong Kong flag. And they were here, meant to be going midweek, and then here for another couple of weeks, and seemingly they've caught a flight home. Surely not. No, they wouldn't have. They were 2 nicer guys. They were saying they loved the borough and they watched for Hong Kong every game, and they were lovely guys, but no doubt majorly disappointed like we all are. David Fletcher says, this is a team that wanted Matt Robbins out a few weeks ago. Time and time again, Carrick is outthought, substitutions at the wrong times. Carrick's interviews are delusional. Never heard so much codswallop. Well, David, I don't listen to interviews of players, modern players, or managers, or coaches, because it's all propaganda. You know, when people say, why don't you interview modern players? Modern players have nothing to say. Nothing to say. Modern players that's playing the game now have nothing to say. They'll say it off microphones and behind closed doors. They're not going to say it publicly. Why? Because it's in the contract. Can I say this? Can I say that? You have to get through the press man if you want to talk to this and if you want to ask him that. It's propaganda. And that's not Middlesbrough. That's all over the board. That's the way the world is. Well, they've nothing to say, so I don't listen to it. I don't have to listen to it because I know what's going on. I've seen it with my own eyes. Nobody's going to convince me what I see. I might be wrong, but I'm sticking to my guns. What I've seen today was not acceptable. Last week, terrific. 3 goals, no travels against Norwich. The way we played, we deserved all 3 points, and we didn't because we couldn't kill the game off. With big names, big experienced campaigners like Johnny Howson and Big Clarkey and Ailing, and we should have been able to stifle the game last week and smother them and say, you're not getting another goal. But we didn't. We kept going that way and trying to beat them. Instead of bringing all the experience on, killing the game, defensively, kill it. We didn't. That for me is immature. It's immaturity. And today, we were immature again. Getting beat's one thing, but getting ripped apart and the opposition scoring 6. Thankfully, 3 were offside. It's astonishing. Too inconsistent is this team. This is with Paul Ronald. We can't do the business week in, week out. No point in getting 4 points from 2 games. It's a long one, so I'm going to read it. If you can't back it up against Tommy Tit rhythmical teams that haven't won away all season, Jones is useless, and I looked at the team sheet and thought, oh my God, 1's down to 10, we played the wrong formation. Conway was running along like a cat dodging dogs. It's a good description. With no support. Yeah, he worked hard, that kid. I bet QPR, I think it's okay, but boys, Borough are coming. We'll get points here. Team is going nowhere. Well, I'll tell you what. QPR and Luton, well, but today was a massive game. I thought, honestly, we came out and won maybe 2-1 the day. But the way it turned out and the way we performed, or the lack of performance, was disturbing. And any player or coach who comes out with anything different is delusional. Carrick, no. Follows for, I don't know what you mean, Carrick, no. Even in Burnley, this is Mark Handley. To be honest, was optimistic before I saw the team sheet. I have no idea why the it's a long one, so I'm going to... I have no idea why Deng and Jones still made the first team. Where's the attacking Marcus Foz? Well, I heard they played during the week, Mr. Sitter. Was okay. That's coming for somebody that I think knows the game. I'm baffled by our inconsistency of the Riverside against the likes of Pompey. Yeah, Drew against Pompey, drew against Preston, beat against Bristol, beat against Coventry. We are not too far away from January window. We definitely need another striker. But do you know what? I would agree with that as well. If I could get another striker, I'd be definitely wanting to cash in and get one. Because the lads up front are too hitty missy. They've scored what? 4, Conway 4, Lyttelaf 2, Azaz 1. Yeah, it's not enough. When one's not scored by Zog, so the strike force isn't scoring enough goals. It's alright playing nicey. Ask me in my heyday for Middlesbrough. Do I want to score goals or do I want to play the best football and be man of the match every week? No, I don't. I like to score goals. That's my job. Score goals. Cause havoc in the opponent's box. Definitely a striker. For Doc, if he's recalled, goalkeeper, one positive from the day is that we are still 3 points off the playoffs, up the effing borough. So he finishes with a positive. Yeah, you're right, we're only 3 points off the playoffs and 4 points or 5 points off the bottom 6. We were as bad as the kit we were wearing. Absolute drivel, Colin Ibbotson. Yeah, I tell you what, we lost our identity off and on the pitch today. Sad. As I say, I want to support everything and I do in my own way support everything. I don't have to wear a badge or wave a flag or take the knee or wear something. I don't have to. As I say, that could all be cadology anyway. If you're forced, then you're not genuine, are you? I could wear a t-shirt now. I think I mentioned it. I could wear a t-shirt now. I love ABBA. I got it at the charity shop. Like to look at. But do I like ABBA? No, of course I don't. So, don't be kidded what you see. And if somebody does something, it's because a lot of people do it because they're forced. I mean, I bet the players weren't even asked, do you want to wear a white shirt? They're being told. I'm not a fan of being told. I think everybody should have an opinion and a debate as to why we do it, where we're going with it. It's like Harry Kane. Harry Kane in the World Cup. He was going to wear the multicoloured whatever, and eventually didn't. Well, if you've got morals and principles and standards, you do wear it. Irrespective if you're going to get a card for it or booked and you could miss the next game. Well, you do wear it because you committed to it. But as soon as that was saying, oh, here, come on. Your big man, the Sunderland lad that went to Liverpool, he went to a team in Abu Dhabi or whatever after criticising the style of living and what they do. And, oh, here, money, see you later. Money, principles and standards and all goes out the window when there's money involved, and it's madness. This world, Britain is mad. Mark says, apart from the 87th minute, Dieng did not make any saves once again. Tommy Titt himself, made no effort whatsoever to dive in the ball when Howson pulled the pass back. Yeah, it was a bad pass. But again, why are we passing it back? We're 3-0 down, we're passing the ball back. Clarkie's sinking his Beckenbauer in the centre-half position, checking in, getting his own goal. Can't just hoof off the park. I don't like the hoofs. I like football, but if you're under pressure and you're 3-0 down and getting humiliated, just clear it. Same Tommy Titt, this is with Gary Baker, different week. Matty Robson says, even Burnley, consistency is the number one issue for us. Asking for Carrick to leave now is just stupid. For some people, where are we? Consistency number one. Asking Carrick, some people. But these aside, we should be beaten. QPR and Luton have just been made ever more crucial. Starting to worry now. I agree. Look, I'm still behind Carrick, 100%. I think we've got a good squad. He says the best squad. Yeah, possibly the best squad, but not the best team. He still has to get a settled team for me. He has to really get a leader in there. And he needs somebody that's going to be more prolific up front. And whatever goes on at training, I still don't know, because I don't see anybody getting stretched off on a Saturday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and yet they miss games for months. Fry's back after I don't know how long. He's on the bench today. Darren Smith, Kieran Scott will find us someone. If Sunderland can find their 10th choice manager, we can find someone. And this is, hi Bernie, I really feel for the paying fans who pay the players' wages. I didn't see the game yet, but it sounds like it's the game, but it sounds like you say no leadership, or kick up the arse, or the rear rather, is needed and quickly. Yeah. I think players, they have to be more honest, forthright, responsible, with a bit of aggression about them. I don't really see that. The fire, the passion, the shouting, the thing is, I don't expect it to see it for 1 and 3-0 or we're cruising, everything's hunky-dory. It's when you're in the trenches and it's not going well and we're having a bad time. If I'm not doing the business up front, somebody behind me or alongside me needs to give me a jolt, a boot up the backside and say, come on, we need to get going here. Go on, get your sleeves rolled up. I don't see any of that. There's an acceptance. But as I say, Bristol 2-0, today 3-0. 6 goals in Dieng's net. Thankfully 3-0. You couldn't make it up. I know it's Halloween, but it's ridiculous. That was scary today. Carrick out, he doesn't know his first team still. Carrick, I'm serious. This is for Chris, so Chris is... Listen, hey, you're the fans, you're entitled to say what you want. I'm not here to vet anybody, or you're free to say what you want. Somebody says to me today, get Mugger back. Look, I would not... I've got my own opinions, and I'll say whatever I want. Nobody will stop that. But when it comes to talking about another manager, whether it be Mobit or whoever, taking Carrick... No, he's the coach at the minute. I'm so behind Carrick. But he seriously has to get the team settled now. He has to pick his best 11. We need to curtail these injury problems that's occurring on a weekly basis to players that we see jogging off and running off on a Saturday and never seen again. That needs sorting. And it must be difficult for Carrick to bite his lip. He must know what's going on and who's injured and why they're injured and where they've got injured. But it ain't on a Saturday. In my day, somebody get leg split or a leg break, yeah, they're going to be out. But everybody in the stadium can see it. We're getting injuries and we don't know where they're coming from. Everybody's keeping stump. Oh, can I say that? Or we'll just say it's this, or... I don't get it. I really don't get it. Bet your son's fuming, Bernie. When was last time he was at the Borough game? Just out of curiosity. Scott, he watches every game. He lives in Edinburgh, my boy. He's born and bred Middlesbrough. Loves the Borough. Spoke to him tonight. It was all F's and Jeffs up there. He watched the game. Totally distraught. He said when they hit the third, he just put it off and couldn't believe what was happening. So yeah, he's distraught. He does get really in a tangle when Borough get beat down in the dumps. But I'm sure he'll get used to that as part of being a Borough fan. Hi Benny, I really feel... so yeah, I've read that. The leadership has to come within. Somebody has to really get I don't know. Carrick's demeanour is a nice guy. I remember interviewing Chuba Akpom, maybe in Coventry, and Chuba says he loved Carrick. He had a similar style and demeanour to the manager at Arsenal. I've spoken to other guys that's in the modern game. Recent years, still in the game now. And they say that you can't say boo to players. So where do you go if you can't shout at players and try and motivate them? If they can't do it themselves, you need a form of jolting to get them going. But these days I think the players appreciate the soft touch, I mean Wenger, that's what he was, that's what I'm saying. Akpom says that was, Carrick had a similar demeanour to him, which is a good thing, but I think it's a bad thing. I think you need somebody, big personality in there. You can't motivate you, I'm going to motivate you. And it should be allowed. And see, I'm talking to guys in modern game who say you can't say boo to anybody now. Not even in Halloween. I thought we played well with 10 men till we made the changes. Morris was outstanding today. Only criticism for Ian Robinson. Only criticism for me was subs should have been earlier, but maybe one at a time. As I say, it's hypothetical and it's after the event. We all got an opinion, but I thought we did well for a 15-minute period, maybe 20-minute period with the 10 men. We did look as if we were getting back in the game. And then we collapsed and disappeared into oblivion, and then we were distraught on and off the park. I mean, I've never seen the stadium empty so quickly. Craig Tutland says, was it a sending off? Debatable. But Hackney has had it coming this season, taking bad touches close to the goal and pulling people back and giving them away cheap yellow cards, was always going to get a second yellow card at some point. As I say, Craig, I never seen the second, I'm being brutal honest, I never seen I will watch it and I'll comment on Monday on my Talk Bears podcast or on the Red Radio. I do 67 every Monday. But but I've not watched it yet. I've been rushing about, but I will definitely watch it. I'll give my honest forthright opinion. The first one, definitely your card. I've seen that. Second one, I didn't see. So I don't want to be bluffing. But if he did mean it, then it's stupidity. If he didn't have to go there, it's still stupidity. Because we know he's on a yellow. And we're 20 minutes in. No leaders in the pitch batting all the players when they're sloppy. Well, Timmy, yeah, that's what I've said. Wonder what Steve Gibson will be thinking. I don't know how he does it. That's for Scott 94, and I'm still wanting for Carrick in. We're only 3 points off the playoffs. Yeah, I think the 3 points off the playoff keeps the playoff dream alive. But teams like this, we need to be putting to bed. But again, is that not typical Borough? I've heard it when I played. I've heard it before with the players that played before me and after and now. Bristol, bogey team. They're not a good team, but we'll get beat with them. We did get beat. Today, Coventry, poor this season. Beat 6 games out of 12. We'll beat them. No, we won't. Bogey team. Beat again. So where do we stand in that? Matt says, we're still robotic in everything we do. The backroads up the road beat Arsenal today with a simple goal going down the byline with a cross and headed. I seen it. It was a great ball in and a great goal. But when was the last time we did that simple football? Well, football is meant to be simplistic, complicated with fools. Simple game played with simple people, complicated with fools. That's the slogan and the buzzwords. And I still agree with that. Get the ball, get it wide, touch, get it in the box. We still got a nasty habit going wide, touch, check, touch. Too many. Get the ball, get it in the box. Mickey Mouse defends something about Coburn. We sold a miss. So I think, Chris, what he's saying, it's a bit mixed up, probably the thing with text. He's saying more or less Coburn is a miss. Well, we've not got a different option. Well, maybe we have. We've got Bazog. That's how you pronounce the last name. Bazog comes on and goes to the left. I thought he maybe be a front man up there and maybe use his weight. He looks a bit tasty. I don't think he's a shrinking violent. I think he could put it about. Andrew Hill says the referee spoiled the match with some strange decisions and Hackney was rightly sent off in today's match. So this is Andrew, who's a Borough fan. If Borough lose the next 2 matches, I think the fans will be calling for Carrick to be sacked. Look, we know how fans operate, not just at Middlesbrough and down the country. If you go on the run of games and don't win against the teams that you're meant to, everybody predicts you're going to win, you're going to bring a pressure. 4-4-2, we need 4-4-2. Darren, ain't going to happen, Darren. We're all sheep-like coaches. We all follow the same rhythm. Oh, we'll do this at corners, every play in the box, we'll have no outlet, cup games will chop and change. And it's the same old stuff. So, look, pressure's on every manager. You go 2 or 3 games. This is going to be our third win in success. Third game without defeat today. We beat Sheffield 1-0. Great goal. Like to laugh. Then last week we were winning. Should have won. We got a point. So those that were saying it was still a good point, was today getting nothing. Was that a good no point? Look, we're at home. We're playing a team that we should be wiping the floor with if we've got aspirations. Top 6. Apparently Doak was out due to fatigue. Jesus. Isn't the lad 18? What a load of nonsense. Well, Andrew, fatigue, I'm not buying into it. Sorry. You can say I'm old fashioned. I know they come up with, the younger guy goes, it's a dinosaur. Big Sam's a dinosaur. He's a dinosaur. Bullshit. It means we're vastly experienced. We're not kidded. 18. He's played about 5 starts for Middlesbrough, 2 games for Scotland, or 3. And he's fatigued. 18. There's no longevity in the game. I don't believe it. Ask the kids, ask him in his face, are you fatigued? Well, if he did it, what a slap in the face that is for the working man. It's working 8-hour shifts. We know it's different jobs, but I've been there. I played till I was 16. Played at every level in shit pitches, heavy pitches, blowing gales, raining, mud sodding. I never missed a game in 4 years at Middlesbrough. 4 years. 40 odd, 50 games. 4 years. And they were dropping like flies with scientific stuff and psychologists and dietitians, and we're spoiled. Get the old mongrels back. Get the mongrels back. Well, look, we give excuses. We'll look for excuses. We give excuses. I don't buy into them. Sorry, call me what you want. I don't give a flying. Latty Laugh not picked after his goal the other week. He looked over the moon along with his teammates. Dropped the next game. Reminds me of Akpom getting rested for playoffs. Nothing against Conway, but I'd have stuck with Latty. Well, I'd play Latty Laugh in Conway. That's what I would do. That's my opinion. Sunderland had 10 men today, Bernie, and got a draw at QPR. We go down 10 and completely fold, losing my patience with Carrick now for Stoker 1994. So Sunderland got a point. Well, that's a good point considering they're down to 10 men. Yes, I say, we performed in the last 25 minutes as if we were 3 men down with one less player. One. And I laughed today because in the lounge I asked the questions about, do you like the funning about the back, messing about the back? No. And then the question was asked, was it right taking Doak and Conway off last week? And everybody agreed. It was. I don't agree. You're entitled to your opinion. Don't agree. Of course it wasn't. Norwich players were like, Doak going off. Wow. He's ripped us to shreds and he's going off now. Wow. Now we hear he might be a bit of fatigue. Wow. Fatigue for last Saturday. Think about it. Last Saturday comes off and somebody says fatigue. I don't know how true or untrue that is. But if we're coming out with that nonsense, fatigue, a week later an 18-year-old can't recover from fatigue. Get away. When Matthew says Deng has been horrid the last few weeks, defence have been very sloppy. I'd like to see Carrick succeed, but think he's took this team as far as he can take them. We have a quality team and should be doing better. Look, Wayne, I'll be brutally honest, I'm not going to beat about the bush here. If we go to the end of the season and not made top 6, it's failure. Failure. Disaster. Another year in this league. Not even getting into, well, if we don't get in the playoffs, it's failure. Chris 87 agreed. Steve Daly, hi Steve. Regardless of being down to 10 men, we're totally clueless. No fight. We need a proper hard man and a playmaker in midfield. No more tippy-tappy new tactics. Doesn't work with this team. 18-year-old should play 3 times a weekend. We're used to after night at the Madison. But Steve, the modern player seems to be pampered every way, shape and form, off and on the pitch. Pampered. If the crowd turned, I think the players would fall like a pack of cards. I think that's how frail the modern player is. They're not used to stick or flack or anything you say, you're banned or you sit down, you can't shout that, you can't. It's gone. Proper hard man, yeah, but somebody who, in my day, you would call it the assassin. Go out and top somebody. Gary Hamilton, he would top people in a nice way. I'm not saying you're out to break a leg, but you're out to really hurt somebody. That's what you used to do when I played. I didn't play in 1920. I stopped playing in 92 in the Premier League. Arsenal's getting accused of, the dark arts because of the rattling people. But they moaned about Arsenal being too lightweight for years. We need a leader. There's leaders, Howson's a leader as in sex examiner, but I think we need a vocal and a ruthless leader in that midfield. We've got nice players in there, Morris and Hackney. We need a wee bit more. And the number 10 role still, for me, is still a question mark in the number 10 role. I still think it's up for grabs, but I don't know who or what Carrick's thinking. Long term, is he going to stick with Azaz? Azaz had one great ball a day, and then he changed, obviously. He can't say he was good or bad today, get taken off after 20 minutes, but the ball he whipped in for the right today, he put Conway through, and I think the lad was all over him like a rash, and I think it went the other way. That was a great ball. That was a great ball. Now, that's what he's capable of, but he has to do it more consistently. Has to create more, has to score more. 1 in 13 games is ridiculous. It's embarrassing. I don't know, so I'll go over Kev's. So well said about not wearing red as well, Bernie. Use social media to spread that message these days. I don't think not wearing red would change someone's mentality on whether they're going to be an idiot about carrying a knife or not. Well, Kev, it's only my opinion. I'm allowed to give my opinion, what's in my brain. If you carry a knife, you're a thug, you're a tow rag, you should be thrown in the cells or thrown in the River Tees. So I'm totally against it. But making the team I support and the team I played with and the place I live in to insinuate don't wear red because it indicates, I think it was blood, I don't buy any of it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get all the other things in football. Do this, wave that. I don't get it all. You cannot change. If someone will wear white today, we could have the ninth man in the team we don't know about. If you wear a multicolour, they could be against, well, they could be homophobic. If they take the knee, they could be racist. Because they're being forced, so they're not being genuine. Be yourself, be real. And if you're a young kid or younger, of course you don't carry a knife. The only knife you use is in the kitchen to put your butter on. Mine is plant-based, of course. But yeah, so I'm against it. But I'm against Borough being told to wear a white shirt. I looked out, one team in black, one team in red, one team in white, one team in black. I had to think for a minute. Hold on a minute. I actually asked today, when I'm in the programme, the club programme was lying on my table. And I says, what's up? Can we not afford the red ink today in the programme? Where's the colour gone? Don't forget I've done loads of books and I know that it's pricier for coloured pages. And then somebody says, no, the whole programme's black and white. Do you think seriously that's going to change somebody's mentality? No. It's on the news every night as far as I know. It's in the papers every day. It's in social media every day. And we're buying into it. Where did it come from for us to change our strips today? Did it come from the club itself? They're entitled to do that. That's the prerogative. But I'm entitled to give my opinion. I didn't get it. I don't think, if you're a knife man or an idiot or a lunatic, you're not going to change because Borough wore a white strip today or because the 12th man didn't have red flags and scarves on. I tell you what, it looked pitiful. I'll be honest, it looked pitiful. No red, no colour, no great atmosphere today. That section is always right into it. They seem to have lost something today. The complete lack of fight after they scored the second is a worry for me. Promotion, not even on the agenda for me this season. We play pretty football, but as soon as it gets tough, too many go. That's for Andrew Smith. That's what I'm saying. So when the glamour's on last week, we were all at it. We were all good to watch, exciting, entertaining, scoring goals. Brilliant. That's what brilliant. That's the best football we played for a long time last week. And we should have got 3 points, but we didn't know how to kill the opposition and smother them. We still tried to play pretty football, which for me was ludicrous. Scott 94, Erson Park was assumed the atmosphere of Hallgate was the place to be. Darren, yeah, might be a young lad, but maybe 94 gives it away. The Hallgate was amazing. Win, lose. Saying that, I played for Middlesbrough against Liverpool. Liverpool went into the last game of the season. They beat. Arsenal beat them at Anfield. So that's an indication of how good they were at the time. And they came to our stadium and they beat us. Liverpool beat us 4. And after the game, the Borough fans really turned on us. And they started throwing their scarves and singing "You'll Never Walk Alone." I've been through it. I've had all this stick. I missed a chance once and the Borough fans came and I went, get up you. That's my adrenaline. That's my passion. I want to score as much as you want me to score. I want to score more than you want me to score. So I might as well have done that to myself because we're on the same page. We can replace Carrick if he gets to that point. Who can replace? Never give it a thought because Carrick's in there. I wouldn't be, I think that's ill-mannered to say it. Barely for manager to Catherine. Yeah. Manager. No managers, all coaches. That first Coventry goal was onside. I think we would have got beat with 11v11. When it was 11v11, they were the better team, in my opinion. They were the better team. But it was still a hell of a long way to go, of course. Jones, crap. Dieng, crap. Time to drop Dieng. Indefinitely Bernie. That's for Keith Williams. Not messing about, not mincing his words. Peter's on Dieng's back. Obviously, last week, it was a howler. I look back and reflect, and I've seen it over again. When the balls come in, see if Dieng stands up near the post, he could have put his foot in it and just hoofed it forward. But it went down like a tree and then ricocheted off his hand, off his boot and in. But I can't see Dieng getting dropped. There's a few keepers over the years I've always thought they'll never get dropped no matter what they do. But I heard Saul Bryn had a bit of a clanger as well in the 21. So what does Woodgate do in training with the defenders? I'll come to that in a minute. Put Howson back in the consistent regardless of his age. Age is not a barrier for me. Johnny Howson can't get about the field the way he could because he's getting on, but we've got enough legs in the team for them to do the running and Johnny does the controlling. So maybe that's the way, maybe that will happen. So what does Woodgate do training with defenders? I was asked this question in the lunch today and the answer I gave. Woodgate could be the best coach defending and telling them all the right things to do. Don't forget, he played at the top level where he had a few injuries. He could be passing on all his experience of what he's went through and what he's done in bad times, good times, and defensively, give them tips. But they might not be good enough to take it on board. They may not be, he may be going bananas behind the scenes and getting them, well, not getting them, but shouting them and saying, come on, I told you to do it. You sleep in, you don't do this, you don't mark him. So that can happen. And the other example I'm going to give, and I gave it a day just off the hoof, Robbie Keane came. Robbie Keane was one of the best strikers in the top flight for Tottenham. I think he scored over 100 goals, Robbie. I'm a big fan of Robbie. He's played for the Republic. Robbie came. I never seen one improvement with our forwards at the time. I saw Malonga went downhill. So why was that? I'm sure Robbie spoke about his experiences and the goals he scored and what he would do in their positions. Maybe they don't take it on board. And obviously these days, if they don't take it on board, you can't just get rid of him because you need to go to the director of football and he tells you he's doing this and we're bringing him in. So you can be the best coach. Maybe Carrick's saying certain things to certain players and they're not listening. Pete the Brick, Pete, mate. I didn't see the day, mate. Hiya, Bernie. Last season, after 7 games, we had 2 points after 13 games. We had 20 points this season after 13 games. We have 18 points more of a step back than a step forward. Totally agree with you. We are consistent at being inconsistent. That's a quote, Peter. That's a word in the street. I think everybody will be using that now. We are. As I say, 13 games in, 5 wins, 5 defeats, 3 draws. That's inconsistent. We have the majority of ball, irrespective of who we play. But for me, I call it flatten to deceive. Loads of nice stuff, but in the wrong areas. Unfortunately, we're going nowhere under Carrick. Give him until the end of the season to prove me wrong, but then it's time to go. David, that'd be a fair assessment. Michael, first season, playoffs, last season missed out. This season, I'm sure that his goal is top 6, and I'm sure Michael himself would say with some years if he doesn't make top 6, it's classed as failure. I would take, if I was Carrick and I was in his position, I would say, yeah, bring it on. I'll get us in the top 6. Yeah, we've had an inconsistent start, but I still believe in my gut instinct. I'm still confident in the players I've got and my disposal that we're going to do the business. Chopping and changing all the time is not always the answer. But Carrick obviously knows, but today, throwing away a 3-goal lead last week and then getting beat today with a Duff team at home and 2 weeks ago getting beat with Bristol, he knows that the more we're getting beat with average sides, who will be lucky to finish top half of the table, then the pressure's on. Of course it is. If I was Carrick and we went down to 10 men and reverted to 4-4-1, I'd have instructed Conway to run his socks off, making up having no number 10 because you're coming off at half time for Lath, who can then run his socks off for the second leg. I think Conway did run his socks off. He tried his best. Pamela Turnbull, hiya Pamela. Leave Deng on the bench. He's definitely off the boil. 6 goals conceded in 2 games. And why bring 3 subs on with minutes left? Well, yeah. That's a good point, that. 6 goals conceded in 2 games. Never thought of that one. Sometimes the obvious, playing in the nose in your face, you don't see. 6 goals conceded in 2 games. Wow. That's a fair amount of goals. But still not scoring enough goals. Carrick doesn't have a clue who the best team is, and he's far too soft with the players, Stephen Bashford. As I say, what we see in front of the cameras, and I don't listen, but obviously he does go in front of the media, and he's got that. Maybe he's a different animal behind the scene. I don't know. I've never quizzed. I wouldn't do that, but I've never heard otherwise. Maybe he's an animal behind the scene. QPR Tuesday night, would you make changes? Dalton Dixdale back in, maybe let it laugh. Without a doubt. Who's that from? Scott. Hey, no matter who. If Carrick said he was making 4 changes, unforced changes, and Tuesday, none of the players could go and knock on his door and say, why you leave me out? I didn't see anybody hitting the heights today. Let me think. No. Nobody hit the heights today. Man of the match, I think I'd have been drinking the champagne myself, and that's saying something being teetotal. I've got all these, but I've not had time. I'll read them on my Toby S. Nailed it. Keith Williams, Dieng has let 9 in the last week. 9! Thankfully, you're offside today up the borough from Toronto. Yeah, Dieng must have a sore back picking all the balls out. Even the ones that's offside, he still has to pick them at the back of the net. As I say, the only thing I got out of today's game was we only let 3 in. Maybe missed a couple of sitters. 1-on-1s, dear me. Can't never save them, they missed the target. No pride at all, Bernard, Kev Manfield. I would like to see players actually compete and play to get that place for the next game. It doesn't happen now. Do you know what, but Kev? I think that's partly due to the new game. When you score and when you play well, you're not guaranteed a game the next game. In my day, you were. If I scored 2 today, I'm expecting the odds are I'm going to be in the team on Tuesday. And then if I do well again, I expect to be in it next Saturday. The modern way it works now, you get punished for doing well, you're rested. You're mollycoddled. I don't get it. So nobody really knows where they stand. Like last scores a great goal, he's on the bench again next game. Oh no, he's not scored 1-11, you're in. Like laugh, after that great goal, you're in. But that's not the way it works now. Shut up, Chris Bryn. Had a mare. It's all Bryn, he means. For the under-21s. Scott, I mentioned that I wasn't there, I didn't see it, but one of my mates was there and he says that Sol had a dodgy goal conceded. So Leo Perkovic, perfect motivator, Bernie. Mark. You need a motivator on the pitch, not on the bench, on the pitch. Somebody in the game, it's on the game, in that perimeter, has to get a group of his teammates, forget the coach and the manager. We're the ones in the firing line. We're the ones that's getting the stick. He's told us this. I'm changing it. If I'm an experienced campaigner at a house, and I'd say, and I said it last year against Chelsea in the cup, we kept playing the ridiculous same tippy-tappy drivel, pissing about the back, pussyfooting about the back, and we got beat 5 with Chelsea. That should have been enough to say, we ain't doing it. Somebody should have took the bill with the horns and said, we're changing it. Don't care what he's saying. We're in the spotlight, beamed round the world, semi-final of the cup, we get humped. Good and proper. Now, today, when they get the second, we have to say, listen, we need to change the dynamics here. Let's change a few things. Somebody with experience has to change it and then argue with Carrick afterwards. It's not happening. Whatever they've been told, it's literally tunnel vision. We don't change it. We stick to our principles and morals. That's all well and good if it's going well. What about a bit of brawn, a bit of T-size steel? Cracking a few of them saying you're in a game today. I don't do that. We're all nicey nice. I wasn't a tough player. People would be saying, with you. No, but I had tough players alongside me. Gary Hamilton was ran through this wall. Ian Baird, who was, the podcast came up a couple of weeks, he was my guest at Riverside the last told me. He'd run through a wall. He'd knock 5 of them out the day. I don't mean literally. I mean, he would run. There's no ifs or buts. But in today's team, I don't see that ferociousness, desire to go right in there. Maybe chance of getting hot, going right in. I don't see it. Like Big Sam Bernie up the borough, it's for Gary and Samantha. Yeah, I like Big Sam as well. He's a character, personality. He's called personality. Modern managers look at Ten Hag, dear goodness. Personality is a big thing. You've either got it, you've not. It's not something you, when they go in the coaching courses, you don't get coached out of personality. You've either got it or you've not, and there's too many not got it. Maybe Carrick is too nice. What does Woody do? I'm sure he can kick ass, can he? Edgar, I don't know. I don't know what they're like behind the scenes. I wouldn't even try and bluff it. I don't know. I told you what Chubarachpom says, that Carrick was like Wenger, where his demeanour and calm approach and he get his points over. And I says to Chuba, do you enjoy that style? And he says yes. And I think the majority of people in the modern game like that. Do you know what? I couldn't have handled that. I need somebody to put me right up the jacksy, get a grip of me, and tell me, wake me up. If I can't wake myself up, and it's happened to me. I've had guys grabbing me and telling me at point blank, players and managers and coaches. I would never enter my mind to go and tell somebody, oh, the authorities, oh, so-and-so pulled me. No, as long as they didn't punch me, pulling me and cajoling me and trying to get me wound up. That's what you should want as a player. Because I say these days, I don't think you're allowed to say anything. I'm glad the stadium emptied so quick. This will be an alarm bell for Gibson, trust me. Stephen Bashford. I don't know if Steve was there, Gibble was there. I presume he was. He's at every game. He's an ardent Borough fan. He's not one of the chairmen that doesn't know the game. He knows the game. He knows what he's seeing. And today I'm sure he's seen the same game as us. Jamie Gittin says, hi Bernie, how many goals have we conceded this season tippy-tapping around at the back? We look toothless without Doak, and the strikers don't get a sniff. Our injury list is constant, and we've been thumped by Stoke and Coventry at the Riverside. No, Stoke was a draw, wasn't it? Was it a draw, Stoke? Or did we get beat with Stoke? Bristol we get beat with, and the other two were draws against the newly promoted teams. This season, totally unacceptable. It needs to change its tactics quickly. Well, I'll tell you, that's from Jamie Jamie, the one that they seen, early doors, was it 0-0? Somebody, again, the fanning about the back, came to them, got caught in possession. Dane's 25 yards off his goal area, and the guys chipped him. Now, if that went in, that would have been unbelievably embarrassing. And do you know what? Inside I'm thinking, we deserve it. I keep saying it, we keep doing it, and we don't wake up and smell the coffee and think, do you know what, we're going to cut this crap out. We've done it today and then get chipped. The guy, I better finish with the scored, because then didn't have a hope in hell's chance. He was backtracking over his head. I've overshot the runway. I'm going to read another few. And Stephen Stephen Bashford, please bring Mike back. I don't know what you mean by that. Cal Atlas says, hi Bernie mate, today, hiya Cal. Today's performance and result was an absolute disgrace. I'm not sure why Carey always leaves it till late to make substitution and does it quite often. Excuse me. Well, he got it right against Sheffield. Obviously brought Laugh on and he turned on. But Laugh didn't perform today. Jones didn't perform today. We have 14th worst goal difference in the league. 11 points behind first place after only 13 games. No left winger. We're a table with only 3 legs. Yet the Borough staff say this team is strongest. Badger in Asia. Well, Badger being the strongest squad, which Michael Carrick did say, not me, he did say that, quotes last week, doesn't mean it's his best side. We've got 28 in a squad, yeah, super strong. But the way the subs come on and don't perform, that is a real alarm bell for me. Housen come on and tried his damnedest to organise it, and he got caught near the end, but he did settle things down. But the other subs, like Laughing Company, did not perform, did not get in the game. Big Berzog did not get in the game. As I say, we were a man down. It's hard. We're not, but we made it look as if we're 3 men down. Not my team. Coventry played well. This is for Finn. We are now on a run up the table. We go. Think Borough will be around the top 2, possibly. That's for Finn. Finn's a nice man. Bernie, I was there till the 47th minute, mate. Always attend home games. Glad Gibson seen what I seen. Yeah, see, look, Steve Gibson is a businessman. He's a Borough fan. He's been behind the club for day one. He's made some choices that everybody goes, great choice. Some that's not so great. That's what happens when you're in the hot seat. He would have seen today, because he's knowledgeable enough. He's not just in it money and investment and being a local lad. He's watching the same game as us, and he will go away with the same thoughts as us. He might not share them, but without a shadow of a doubt, he's not a mug and he knows the game. Unlike a lot of chairmen from around the planet that couldn't spell football, they only know about the dollar. It's the same game today. Garbage. Good night, everyone. God bless you. All have a great weekend ahead. Stay safe, and I enjoyed the live stream, Benny. Dan Smith, thanks very much, Dan. Listen, thank you. I'll read these, and that's it, because we're 6 minutes over. Matt says, Bernie, what about playing in white? I've covered that. I'm a fan of supporting no knife crime, but I don't see how my team, your team, our team, the team I played with and was loyal to and successful at, and my teammates, why we have to come out in a white strip. But what like Leeds United, and not to see the back, the numbers on the shirt for me was ridiculous. Obviously, I know because I'm a regular, I'm a Borough fan, I live in this area, have done for nearly 40 years. I know the position, so I know who's who. But if I'm a reporter, I think, I see the blinky. So I didn't get the whole white thing. And the fans, as I say, were a shadow of themselves without the colour and the vibrancy and the waving the flags and the colours. And I don't think it was a drama day, was it? Was it? I don't think it was a drama day. Gemma says the red faction had no colour today, no flags and no atmosphere. Yeah, I've just mentioned that, Gemma. Then Dennis says sending off changed course of the game. Look, that was one reason, but there's a host of reasons. We get humped for the majority of the game. If you looked at the 96 minutes, we'd probably about 20 odd minutes where we made an impression. The rest we were second best all over the pitch. They were the better team. Franco says, plain awful and horrible. They can't even bother going on a spiel. Greg says, £38 a ticket. We were embarrassing today, Bernie. And John says, this Borough team boob every game. Right, I'll read the rest out on Monday. Thanks very much for joining me on Facebook and YouTube Live. Final summary. I went there expecting a win, but I should know better. Being a Borough fan and a former Borough player, when we expect to win, we usually don't, and when we don't expect us to win, you write us off at your pearl, and we usually win against the so-called better teams. But today, Coventry deserved the victory. We were forced to get off the hook, only getting beat 3. It's 3 points down the River Tees. Tuesday night, I'm on Tuesday night, 10 o'clock, on here. On Facebook and YouTube Live. So 10 o'clock after the game on Tuesday night at QPR. Thanks very much for getting involved. As I say, you're the real fans, the ones that count. I'm here trying to be honest and forthright. I've no agenda with anybody or against anybody. I only say what I see. And today, by goodness, it was Halloween. It was a frightener. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.